Hey guys, all right, so the question is how to make fish soup. And this is a really common question I do get because fish is not the easiest ingredient to use, especially when you see it like this at the supermarkets. So to start, what's the best type of fish? Well, for fish soups, the best type of fish typically have bones. So fish heads, the whole fish with the bone in the middle, or if they're smaller and intact, those are the best. If you're using the fillet parts of the fish, that's really more for a quicker boil. If you're going for a little bit longer boil, like a medium boil for about an hour and a half, fish with bones is your best choice. So for me, my go-to fish tends to be salmon. I like salmon head, I like salmon parts. This is just so that it's not wasted and it's not that expensive from the supermarket. So this whole bunch, pretty much the whole salmon, bones and head, costs about $10 Canadian. The other one that I really do like a lot as a fish for soup is grass carp. And in Hong Kong, you get that pretty commonly. You get the heads as well, they're quite large. Or you use really, really small fish. Which I tend to do. One of the things about fish heads and fish scales and their fins is that there's a lot of collagen content. So watch, let me show you at the end of the soup, especially if I save it for tomorrow, how much collagen and gelatin there is in this soup. And this is one of the reasons why I really do love this type of fish, because it's got an amazing amount of collagen, especially if you're using the head, the tail, and the fins. I've got a post that highlights the percentage of collagen per 100 grams of protein. What equipment do you need to make fish soup? So I will typically make sure I have a frying pan or a surface to fry the fish in. Today I'm going to use my cast iron pot. I'm going to do a medium boil kind of, but what I'm going to do is pan fry the fish in it first, just to conserve some energy and switching pots around. You could also use soup bags, and this is what they look like. It's kind of like a muslin, really thin cotton bag. These have been pre-washed and dried. And the idea is that you put the fish in here so that it doesn't disintegrate. And if it does, all the bones are kept together. And cleanup is super easy. If I'm buying my fish in pre-packages from the supermarket, I will give it a quick rinse just to make sure I get rid of any debris or dirt. However, if I'm buying fresh fish from the supermarket where I know and I can see the guy who's descaling, gutting, and cleaning the fish, then I'll keep it as is. Let's talk about soup design for fish soups. And so fish itself is a naturally cooling ingredient. Remember I talked about how ingredients tend to absorb the nature of the environment that they're in, and fish live in the ocean. And so most ocean or seafood ingredients tend to have a more cooling nature than their warmer counterparts such as beef or chicken. Most simplest and common ingredient in fish soups are the tomatoes. And so tomato fish soup you'll find commonly in Hong Kong and in a lot of households. And what I love about the soup is that it's so simple. You have a few choice vegetables or roots, carrots and potatoes today, and a few choice herbs. So the herbs I'm using today are actually really quite simple. So it's going to be dried Chinese yam, just to keep it simple. Dried scallops, this is what's going to give me that umami flavor. And they're also pretty neutral and slightly cooling, so it kind of complements this cooling soup. And dried honey dates, which are a little more neutral than their warmer dried red dates counterpart. So to start, I'm going to pan fry my salmon with a bit of fresh ginger. You can also use fresh garlic, fresh ginger, fresh green onions, just to really create that flavor together and remove some of that fishiness that comes with fresh fish. When I'm using fresh ginger like this to pan fry fish, I will keep it with the skin on, and that's just preference. You can remove it if you'd like or keep it on. I will also use the fresh ginger directly into the soup after I've pan fried it with the fish. There's so many versions of Chinese fish soup and you can find them all on the site. And they do typically range from a really, really quick boil for 30 minutes, that's when you're using the fillets, to maybe a little bit longer boil up to an hour, hour and a half. There are some fish soups though that you can do into a longer boil, though not as common as chicken or pork. And part of the reason has to do with the delicateness of the meats itself and the protein and how they hold up in soup. There is a point of diminishing returns when it gets to fish soup and how much more milky brothness you can extract from it. And this is because the nature of the protein. In essence, fish is not really used in tonics that often. This is where chicken is used more for tonics rather than fish.
Stay tuned for the full recipe on the blog and YouTube.
Happy soup making, and I'll see you next time.